Yo guys, welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ballo.trades and I would appreciate it if you smash that like button and the subscribe button and be sure to stay in the loop, you know what I'm saying? Before I get into the video, I just want to show my appreciation for you guys. I want to thank you for helping me reach 3,000 subscribers. For me, this is a milestone, guys. You won't believe how I'm feeling right now. I just want to say thank you guys who've subscribed, who've liked my videos, and who've commented. And I really appreciate you guys. But then the goal by the end of this year, I want to reach 5,000 subscribers, man. So if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button, man. Click that like button. And if you're new, be sure to check out my earlier videos where I've been posting about my journey, up till this point. So yeah, man, we're still grinding, we're still pushing. We are not yet profitable, but we're getting there. So guys, be sure to follow my socials on Instagram. I have my main account, which is official.ballo.trades. Be sure to follow that account. And if you want, guys, you could follow my second channel, which I use, my second account, which I use to upload my daily analysis. It's called Ballo.trades analysis. So be sure to follow that two accounts, guys. And yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys. So into today's video, I'll be basically showing you guys like my thought process before I enter a trade, right? I'll be sharing with you guys the questions I ask myself before I enter into a trade. What I find out by doing this is it really kept me out of a lot of trades, guys. I've been battling with this habit of over trading, and I came up with a, well, I didn't necessarily came up with it, but then I saw, I just took it from Falcon, the strategy that I trade, right? Then I started using it. And when I started using it, I found it being really helpful, you know what I mean? So this helped me like not be in poor quality trades. And this also helps me be in quality trades, those trades that align with my plan, with my trading plan, with my strategy. So these questions, guys, I don't know, you might also implement it into your own strategy, but then you'll have to tweak it since we'll be using the different strategy from me, right? So yeah, man, without any further waste of time, let's just get into the video. So here we are, guys, our trade checklist, as you can see. So I'm just gonna go from one checklist to another and explain each. I'm saying, so these are the 10 checklists that I ask myself before I enter into a trade. So without any further waste of time, let's get into the first one. The first one, as you can see, is the overall move supported by a higher time frame structure or pattern, right? By this I mean, let's say I see a setup on the 5 minute, or let's just say on the 15 minute, right? Because I barely trade on the 5 minute. So let's say I'm seeing a setup on the 15 minute, right? Then the setup is telling me to look for sales, right? So I'm gonna ask myself this question: is this move supported by the higher time frame? Because I use top-down analysis. So is this backed up by the higher time frame, which is the 4 hour, the daily, and the weekly for me, right? So if it happens that the answer is no to this question, then I'm not gonna enter the trade because it's not aligned with my higher time frame analysis, right? It's not aligned with the higher time frame bias. You know what I'm saying? So if this then is a yes, then I'll enter the market without any hesitation, right? So this is the first question that I'll ask myself. This is really important, guys. The first question, I'm not gonna lie. For those of you who don't use multi-time frame analysis from top to down, or is it down to top? Let's just say top to down, then top-down analysis, yeah. I suggest you use it, guys. It's really, really important. The second one is, does this position fall under one of my outlined go-to setups? So this one is pretty obvious, right? We all have go-to setups, right? Those setups whereby the high probability, they oftentimes they do play out. Maybe 90% of the time they do play out. Those are the go-to setups. But how do you know that this is a go-to setups? You can use this you can find out by basically backtesting. Like backtesting, guys, is so underrated. I'm not gonna lie, so underrated. So if you guys aren't backtesting, then there's a free software you can use to backtest called Go Charting. You can just go look at it up on Google, say Go Charting, and yeah, you can start doing your things there. So does this position fall under one of my outlined go-to setups? If This kind of question is a question that I would skip most times, you know what I'm saying, because I only look out for high probability trades. So if the trade is poor quality, then obviously I won't enter the trade. So does this position fall under one of my outline go-to setups? I only trade my go-to setups, right? Which there are like 3 of them, right? So it's not many. So yeah, man, this one I would put a star here because it's not really something that I would look at on a daily basis, but then you still look at it, you know what I'm saying? So let's move on to the third one. Have I fully forecasted the multiple different possibilities of price action? Yeah, guys, this one, you know that for those of you who've been watching my channel, know that I'm a forecast, guys. So the reason why I forecast is to reduce anxiety, is to prepare for what the market does. For those of you guys maybe who trade, for example, support resistance, and you think, okay, from this resistance, price is gonna go further down. What if the price doesn't do that? It's gonna catch you by surprise, right? But then me, on the other hand, if I forecast a move, I forecast multiple moves, like three or more moves, right? So when price doesn't play out, the same as my first forecast, then I will look for my second forecast, right? This one has really played a major role in my trading decisions and my trading setups, right? Have I fully forecasted multiple different possibilities of price action? Those of you guys know that I look for possible moves, 3 or more possible moves that would happen. As you know, guys, if you've seen my daily lives where I forecast the market, I forecast 3 or more possibilities of price action, I'm saying. So let's move on to the fourth one. Does this position offer up at least 1:3 risk to reward ratio to my first outline target? Yes, guys, this is also really important to my trading. So if a setup gives me a minimum of 1:2 risk to reward ratio, then I wouldn't take that trade, because I'm not looking for that kind of risk to reward. I'm looking for something more that carries weight, I'm saying, which is 1:3 risk to reward ratio. So if it gives me 1:20, 1:2.8, I won't take it. I want it clean 1:3, you know what I'm saying. But then at Falcon, we don't really set profits. We're just talking about like an outline target that we look to and exit the market when it reaches this certain area, you know what I'm saying. So if it's less than 1:3, then I'll be sure to be out the trade. Even though it's a high probability setup, I'll be out, right? The aim is not to trade every time, right? It's to look for those high probability setups, and those high probability setups take a while to play out, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, man, let's move on to the fifth one. The fifth one is, can I safely enter this position with a minimum of 15 pips stop loss? So I wouldn't usually, on a good day, I've changed this because this is an old checklist, so I've changed this into 10. So can I safely enter this position with a minimum of a 10 pip stop loss? So if the trade, my stop loss is less than 10, I wouldn't really take that trade. Let's just say 6 times out of 10, I wouldn't take that trade if my stop loss is less than 10 pips, you know what I'm saying. So I don't really do it every time, but then I'm just saying 60% of the time I do follow this rule, you know what I'm saying. So let's move on to the sixth one. The sixth one is this my own analysis, or did I take a hint from someone else with another opinion? This one is really important, guys. You know, this one is also associated with FOMO, fear of missing out. You might see that your friend's analysis looks good, and you start to think to yourself, what if this plays out? You know what I'm saying. So since your friend's setups looks clean, you deviate from your plan and start trading your friend's analysis. You're not trading your own analysis. So this one is really important. Is this my own analysis, or did I take a hint from someone else? So if I take a hint from someone else, guys, being honest with yourself is the realest thing you could do. You know what I'm saying? Just be honest with yourself, right? Ask yourself, is this my own analysis or someone else's? So when you find out that it's someone else's, don't take the setup. It's that simple. people have this misconception of when you trade, you have to always be in a trade. I don't know if you get what I mean. But then trading doesn't mean you always have to be in a trade, guys. Trading doesn't mean you always have to be in the trade, because by then you expose yourself to drawdown. You know what I'm saying? More profits doesn't necessarily mean more trades doesn't necessarily mean more profits. You know what I'm saying? It could also mean more losses. You know what I'm saying? But then the first thing you have to focus on is to deviate from catching those losing trades. You know what I'm saying? And look for those high quality trades. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, is this my own analysis, or did I take it from someone else? If it was mine, then I'm going to take it. If it was someone else's, then I'm not going to take it, right? So moving on to the seventh one. Have I accepted that this trade could indeed be a loss, regardless of how it has formed? So as you guys know, guys, losses are inevitable in this trading space. Those of you guys who've been lied to by these forex gurus saying I have a 99% strike rate, I have 100% strategy, guys, they basically lying to you. That is just pure marketing. You know what I'm saying? That is just pure marketing. These guys, I don't even know if they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to insert this belief in your mind whereby trading, guys, losses, everyone catches losses. Those forex gurus that show you profits always, guys, that is probably a demo account or a simulation account whereby they're associated with this kind of broker, so they manipulate the numbers that you see, right? So guys, losses are part of the game, right? I had in my group, we talk about this kind of losses, right? We like rephrase this loss concept. We call it the price of doing business, right? As you guys have heard this saying of treat trading like a business. So losses are basically expenses to us, right? By doing that, basically you fear losses. You like not fear losses. You are desensitized to losses, right? Even though they're gonna come either way, you're just neutral about losses. Unlike you catching a loss and be like, I'm not gonna be successful. Guys, losses are part of the game. I'm sure you know that, right? So yeah, man, this one is a really important question. Really important question. So let's move to the eighth one. Are the spreads low enough to safely enter the position? So this one I'm gonna put a star on because it's not really helpful in my trading checklist, because I don't trade during the Asian session, because I've realized my strategy is not really session based, but then I don't trade the Asian session because the Asian session doesn't really move that much and the spreads are very high, guys. So this one, I'm already applying it on a daily basis, so I don't really need to ask myself this type of question. And yeah, man, are the spreads low enough to safely enter the trade? So by 11 p.m. GMT plus 2 where I live, after 11 p.m. GMT plus 2, I don't enter a trade because spreads widen, guys. I'm not gonna lie, there was a time whereby I was in a trade, right? So that trade was actually a good trade, right? Then it started moving 1% into my profit area, right? So I moved my stop loss to break even. So as the trade came down, I didn't want to exit the trade because it was looking good and we were entering into swap hours. I don't know if you know what that means. Swap hours is when the spreads go crazy, right? So my stop loss was at break even. As the price retraced a little bit, it took me out. Reason being, the spreads were too high. I'm saying, so this question I wouldn't really ask myself because I've made it a routine whereby after 11 p.m. I'm not entering in any trade. So let's move on to the ninth one. Am I entering the position from a calm and collected state of mind? This one is really important, guys. Let's say you've been in a fight, probably with your parent or so, then you see a setup. That is not, I wouldn't say that is the good time. That is a good time to enter the trade because you're not calm enough to enter the trade. You're not calm enough to accept the outcome of this trade, right? You're not in a calm state, right? So ask yourself this question: am I entering the position from a calm and collected state of mind? If not, don't enter the trade, guys.
Don't always have this belief of you always have to be in a trade, guys. Trust me, guys, it's not worth it. It's not off, guys. Trust me, it's not worth it. So ask yourself this question. It's really important. So the last one is this pair or commodity on my targeted watch list? So this might be different to you guys. The strategy I use, so at the end of, like, starting from Sunday, I analyze the market. I go through 28 pairs, right? Every Sunday I go through 28 pairs. I analyze 28 pairs. Then from those 28 pairs, I pick out the top 6 that's looking clean for the week. So for the whole week, I'll be looking at those 6 pairs, right? Then I will have my like wild cards. Those of you who trade Falcon will know what wild cards are, but let me just explain. Wild cards are like pairs that are a little bit far away but could form anytime. I don't know if I'm making sense right now. It's like pairs that are close to making sense, but as for now, they're not making any sense. But it might make sense as the week goes. You know what I'm saying? So I have my top 6 which are looking clean, and I have my wild cards which needs time to form. You know what I'm saying? So I ask myself this question: is this pair or commodity on my targeted watch list? If it's not, then I'm not taking any trade, right? Which could also correlate to this one. Let's say the pair that I want to execute on is not part of my watch list because I got a hint from someone else. I'm not even gonna take the trade. You know what I'm saying? So this is a question I often ask myself: is this pair or commodity on my targeted list? If not, then I'm not in the trade. If yes, then be sure I'll be in the trade. So yeah, guys, that was it from my trade checklist. So these are the type of questions that I ask myself before I enter a trade. Guys, this really helps me in terms of being out so many trades. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, if you wanna screenshot it, you can do so and edit it to align with your strategy and trading plan. And I'm here, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope it brought value to you guys. And be sure to tune in into the next video. Peace.